Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League North American Division. We're into season number 4. To be fair, near the very end of this season. Elfish Guy, right now, it's Renegades up against Selfless Gaming. Renegades currently sitting at 7th on the ladder. Not a bad position, but certainly not secure in any means. They need to win some games. They need to push their way up there into that top 6. And we take a look at today's schedule, we can see that Liquid certainly managed to take down Splice 16-8, 16-6. And that's a team Liquid who were sitting in 8th place and would love, or certainly very happy to see for them that they picked 2 up tonight as well to put them perhaps a little bit further up on that leaderboard. The Renegades, however, well, that 7th place position, not a bad place to be, as I said, but you're not in that top 6 yet. Lots of work to do. Selfless is not the most difficult run through to the finals, however.
No, I mean, it could definitely be a lot worse than it is, and I think they're going to have a pretty good time tonight.
Well, ladies and gents, let's get into the action here. We're going to start it off on Cbble. The Renegades are going to be finding themselves on the CT side to begin with, and I don't know. I think we both said that a 2-0 to Renegades is probably what is on the table.
Maybe. I mean, Dust 2, that's kind of the one that's a little bit more up in the air for me here, but I certainly think Renegades have the advantage coming here into Cbble. It's a good map for them. It's not a great map for Selfless, so for me, this has to start out with a Renegades win. And then Dust 2, we'll see how maybe the result of this is going to affect that. But good start from Yam, gets a good shot onto no one, but unfortunately not able to find the second there. Caboose takes him down, back to a 4v4, but Renegades get a little bit of information. I think Yam would have spotted the bomb out there. Yeah,
you'd probably think so, and you can see that Ricky is, for now, over towards that A site. Mitch up the top of Boost, fires some shots, doesn't manage to get the frag, but he will find Ustillo. And now with JKS, Azza, and Ricky spread out across this map. Selfless, if they can team up and push one of these 2 sites as a group of 4, perhaps, might not be too bad for them. 50 seconds on the clock, and I would suspect we might see them push out onto A here, with one player coming through drop, perhaps, to try and maybe hold these guys back or bait them out for a moment, perhaps cut off any sort of rotation. But for now, the A site, what can Ricky do? He drops one, falls back, might be able to get a second. Let's see if he can play it out.
Oh, wow.
Straight in, picks up Nifty, and now it's a 3-on-2 with the bomb about to go down.
I was going to say, I thought Nifty there had to be a crucial player for Selfless, and to see Azza absolutely just demolish him like that, well, that's a good sign there for Renegades here. It does put them in a bit of a better position, but Caboose takes down Ricky. 2 versus 2 now for the retake, and the shot's just not landing at the moment for Renegades. Caboose does manage to take down JKS. Azza in a 2v1, won't be able to get it done. Caboose finds 3 from that spot and 4 for the round. Wow. Great stuff for Selfless. And, well, Renegades, they had an opportunity there to pick up the pistol. Didn't manage to clutch it out. But, look, to be honest, it's just one pistol. It's not the end of the world. And Selfless are going to buy into this one here. Renegades look like they're actually going to force into it as well.
Yeah, interesting play coming out from the Aussies here. Going to buy armor on a couple.
Ricky and Yam not buying.
Well, I wonder why. Definitely no double ops coming out here today for the Renegade Selfish Guy. 100% not going to happen. Yeah.
I don't think you're fooling anyone, to be fair. But here, for the Renegades, it's, look, the buy it's pretty good, but without armor on Ricky and Yam, it's not going to be super easy. Best case scenario, I suppose, is that Ricky's able to find something with that Zeus of his, but I don't think anyone from Selfless is actually going to push in his direction. It does seem like the B site might be on the cards here. In fact, actually, it could be just a B sort of, not a B split, sort of an A split, rather, coming through the drop through connector to A. We'll see what Selfless decide to do here. The pop flash into drop room. Nifty is going to push right in there and cleans up Azza pretty well. JKS now going to be the target of choice, but Ustillo has managed to find one, and he does push out there, waiting, or right into the waiting arms of Breezy.
Yeah, so far so good here for Selfless, and JKS finds one, won't get the second. Nifty trades him back with the P90 Caboose. Molotov's up to the back of platform. Yam runs straight through it into the waiting clutches of that AK-47. 2-0 now the score. The guys from Renegades, let's see what they decide to do with this round. Of course, not enough money, even remotely, for Ricky or Yam to grab an AWP. So potential for one more save round coming out here from the Renegades. Going to buy perhaps into round 4. We'll see how they're doing. And they're going to rush down A for the moment. Not a bad play at all. They picked the right side. You got to play this 50-50, and sometimes it might work out. Breezy pushes through, finds one. JKS trades it back, but goes down to 3v4. But the bomb now should easily you know, just sort of dawdle onto this A side Elfish guy. Nifty in a great spot to clean these guys up.
He'll do just that. Finds a headshot onto Yam and Azza, and just Ustillo now. Not really going to be able to get much done. 4 HP on Caboose. A little unlucky maybe for Ustillo not to be able to get another gun out of the hands of Selfless there, but I mean, in general, it probably wouldn't have mattered all that much. The T-side here, of course, going to be with a pretty reasonable buy, and Renegades obviously saving a bit of extra money there on Ricky and Yam are going to be able to afford the double up straight off the bat here.
Yeah, well, this was obviously their plan. They waited through. Of course, they had the money here on round 4 to execute it. But it's a pretty big play straight away. The power play, essentially. I like.
I love it.
Double ops, and
I love it.
Just can't afford to come from here and just drop them straight down again, though.
Ricky, though, has started off pretty well, and we know Ricky is such a strong AWPer here for Renegades. Backed up well by Yam. They've played together for such a long time, not just in Renegades, but in other lineups as well. So very well aware of what each other are doing. And the double AWP setup from Renegades is generally speaking, quite a strong one coming out. So this is going to be a tough one now for Selfless to come back into after losing that initial frag. Looks like they're going to try and control drop room a little bit with the utilities. They're going to force JKS back out a little bit. So not too bad there for Selfless, but still, oh, good pop flash though. Azza should go down here in the end. Actually, he managed to get out alive. So does Ustillo, and in the end, Mitch just doesn't get enough done.
Yeah, that really shouldn't have played out that way at all for the Renegades, but they get lucky.
Azza didn't even really take any damage.
No, it was they actually managed to trade HP kind of
great
well
shot
there.
from Ricky again.
And yeah, Ricky straight onto Breezy. Now 2 left alive, Caboose and Nifty here for Selfless, and looks like they're going to try and continue to push out onto this B site. They should go down. Maybe Yam can go down here, but he finds one. Would love to find a second. He doesn't want to drop that AWP. You know, probably not the funds to buy it back again.
Well, I mean, someone from Renegades will be able to pick it up regardless if he drops it here or not. But yeah, look, it would be great for Renegades to be able to take all the guns through to the next round, and it does seem like that's a position that they're in at the moment, barring something crazy coming out here from Nifty, who at the moment does have control of the bomb, but look, only 15 seconds really left to work with for him, and I think the best case scenario for him now really is just to go back and try and save the AK and armor.
Yeah.
Does look like Renegade's going to try and push him though.
The round actually worked out really well for the Renegades. You can see here that they haven't lost a player as of yet. They traded back HP quite well. And, economically, it's exactly what you need to be doing. Of course, you can see that they managed to pick up 2 AKs as well, heading through that round. And Selfless now, they're going to be back on the bye here, having won 3, lost 1. And still onto Nifty. But they didn't really even achieve anything last round at all. They didn't even get onto the site,
get a single kill, did they? So
didn't get a bomb plant. Nothing happened.
Yeah. Hopefully something can turn around here for Selfless. I mean, Nifty, he hasn't been bad with that all when we've seen him playing. So it's definitely something here for Selfless to play with. But like I said, I mean, the double op for Renegades is always so strong. You saw Ricky started off well. He looks like he's hitting his shots. I mean, early days, of course. We've only seen one good round come out from him. But when he starts off well, generally he finishes off well as well. So I'd say that that's good signs there early on for Renegades. And Nifty, we'll see how he can go up against this double op setup. As of yet, hasn't really taken a peek.
1:10 remaining on the clock, and for now, Selfless still undecided which way they want to push. A couple of players looking at perhaps that A site. We'll see if they can get on there, maybe split or hold someone back on mid. The Renegades, you can see that they are split out across the entirety of this map. And as the time starts to tick away, the guys from Selfless need to decide, is it going to be A or is it going to be B? They're holding here on the B site, but they haven't got any frags. They're running out of utility. There's limited options to actually force their way out, short of just walking and shooting.
Yeah, but I mean, similarly, there's not that many grenades or really anything to use here for Renegades either to hold this one off. They have a Molotov on Yam, but he's over towards the A-bomb side, and well, it actually looks like Selfless might be heading in that direction, so maybe not a bad read for them, actually. They've got a player in drop, although Yam does hit a shot with that AWP, and no one does go down. So now Caboose starting to lead the charge up here towards the A-bomb site. And he gets a Molotov interconnector. Ustillo will manage to take down Mitch. JKS gets taken down by Breezy, and still not a bad situation here for Renegades. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Selfless need to get into this bomb site quickly, and it looks like they've just in time managed to do that. No, they haven't. The bomb's not going to go down.
Wow. How does that even happen? The Renegades 100% should not have won that round.
No.
100%. They let them get across. They rotated all the way to the other side of the map. The guys from Selfless got a couple of good frags. There was some good spray control coming out. I think Nifty did a good job. Caboose did well. And in the end, they just failed to get the bomb plant down in time. The Renegades find the round.
Yeah.
It's a costly round for them, but they'll be able to buy back through. Another AWP heading back over there. And going to be able to buy those M4s as well, considering they saved 5 from the round before. So this time, Selfless going to try and push out onto this B site once again.
Oh, great shot though from Caboose to start things off. Immediately traded back by Yam, and there you go. A couple of quick kills come across for Renegades. No one is trying to push forward on the B-bomb side, and does manage to take down Ustillo back to a 2v2, although no one's dropped down to 6 HP. A lot of utilities for him to use here, so needs to get them off before he goes down, and a lot of time to play with as well for Selfless. So not a bad situation for them. First though, they need to recover that bomb, and it should be relatively easily covered off, I think, by Ricky.
1 minute remains. Still heaps of time here for Selfless. But the bomb just sitting down there on the ground. For now, though, you would like to think that with this utility that no one's sitting on, they should be able to make their way out, grab the bomb, perhaps get a plant. What can JKS do, however? He's got one flashbang. He's got full health, though. And Ricky, which way does he want to play? He's going to push through into drop by the looks of things. They're going to try and combine and play this together, Elfish Guy.
Well, no one has secured that bomb and should be able to get this one down okay. He's going to fake the plant just to see if any of the Renegades are going to peek, but won't be the case for now. JKS and Ricky content to play quite safely, and that's really good timing coming out from JKS as well. Gets it straight onto no one, and that's pretty much the round, you'd have to say. Oh, unlucky for Ricky, just a leg Nifty there, but, I mean, to be fair, it's essentially the round one anyway, and Selfless only 10 seconds left on the clock. We'll see what Nifty can do here. Is he going to be able to save the AWP? He does take down JKS, and now Ricky's going to just fall back and play this one safely, as he should. The timeout working in his favor, now looking for the kill, trying to really punish Selfless, but won't actually manage to get it in the end. So, overall, a pretty decent round there for Renegades. They lose a lot of guns, though, so it's going to force Azza back onto a UMP this round. Yam can, in theory, afford another AWP here, if they want to go for it. It looks like might just be M4s coming out for him.
Well, I think there
there we go,
I
double
think
up.
there are perhaps, I don't know. There is definitely an expectation here that the buy coming out from Selfless isn't going to be that great either. Potential for Tech-9s maybe to outplay AWPs depending on how they get onto the side. A little bit of utility here for the guys from Selfless. Again, the B site is where they're going to start things off. The Renegades have had a pretty good season, Elfish Guy.
Yep.
This game so far hasn't been that great, but they brought it back.
Oh, well, I'd say it's actually been pretty good. They've lost the pistol, obviously, and lost a few rounds there, but they've looked very good in the actual gun rounds.
But have they actually looked good? Like, they've won rounds that they probably shouldn't have. Two rounds in a row, Selfless have run out of time.
Okay, that's true. That's fair, I suppose. But it does seem like Renegades are playing this one quite comfortably. Like, I don't think they're really feeling too much pressure at the moment. So, you make a good point, but I still feel like Renegades are playing pretty well.
Well, I guess, fortunately for everyone involved, it doesn't matter what we really think. It just matters how these guys play.
Yeah, that's true.
And plenty of action still left tonight. Renegades for Selfless potential to be a close game. Renegades will be hoping that's not the case. I'm sure Selfless would love to take the Aussies down, and they're going to jump out onto drop, and 2 quick kills coming out from those Tech-9s. We talked about them. And the potential for the lethal really coming out. Yam finds one. JKS picks up another Yam. Finds one more, goes down eventually to Nifty. But look at that. The AWP's playing a vital role here, Elfish Guy.
A very expensive round there for Renegades, where Selfless didn't really invest all that much. Just the pistols. Anyway, Renegades are going to be able to buy back into this one. So it's going to be 1 AWP this time for Ricky, by the looks of things. Selfless are going to be running away with pistol armor on a few of their members. Smoke grenades coming out as well. So let's see what they have in mind here. I wonder if they're going to go for some sort of an execute, or a fake maybe over to B. Who's got the smokes? No one in Breezy. They're over towards A. So they're going with the bomb.
Well, not a bad play. We haven't seen too much A play coming out here from Selfless. We're heading into round 8. And it's an interesting buy coming up from them. They really need to make the most of this. The Renegades, they're sitting on 1 AWP and limited utility. So the potential here for the guys from Selfless just, again, to rush through. It can be a little bit difficult here for the guys on the Renegades just to hold them back with mollies and flashes and smokes and things like that when they really do not have that much to work with. So far, they've done a pretty good job of holding the Renegades over on this B side, but for now, the bomb is still nowhere near A. Minute on the clock. Azza finds one, might find a second. Easily done there for him. And well, again,
Tap, tap,
an
tap.
almost a non-eventful round. It almost just didn't happen here, Elfish Guy. JKS should find this last frag, and he does. Very, very easily done again from the Renegades. No pressure on them at all coming out from Selfless. So
now, do we see Azza retain this UMP? I mean, the economy for Renegades is really not that great just yet. I think it would be the correct decision to keep it here. And I mean, to be fair, he's actually done a pretty reasonable job with it so far, and Renegade's obviously relying on those double AWPs quite a bit. Although, as I said, that is actually not a double AWP, so
nope.
Lol.
Only one. They're expensive. They're expensive.
I thought they had a double AWP, but maybe I'm just getting my rounds mixed up. Still, Renegades now 5-3 with the advantage in rounds, and Selfless are going to buy pretty much fully into this one. No AWP on their hands, though. Looks like the B bomb site might be the option of choice here for Selfless, as it generally tends to be. The Renegades have got 4 pretty much stacked over in that direction, so they've read the situation relatively well. Ricky anchoring the A bomb site solo with the AWP. Well, Selfless really haven't tried to get into that A bomb site too early in the round. I mean, typically speaking, when they go A late. And I think Renegades are aware of that, so they're just having that single player just to sit over there and get some information when
yeah,
they
well,
need.
that's it. Selfless has been continuously stacking up into B halls, just, you know, the entryway onto the back of the B site there, onto platform and whatnot, and they've been going there every round, which I guess forces Renegades just to hold onto the A site a little bit longer, because they never really know whether the rotation's going to come out. We've seen the rotations come out a number of times, but in reality, the early push into A site has only happened maybe once, or once, maybe twice so far. So this is another A push coming out here, again coming out quite slowly, and the stack has started to work out here for the Renegades. They find 2. Well, JKS finds 2, finds 3, might get 4 as well. Let's see what Nifty can do. He picks him up, and it's now a 2v2. The bomb is sitting on the ground. Nifty finds a player, though.
Oh, there's no time, though, here for Caboose. I mean, he's miles away, won't get to the bomb, won't be able to plant, and all Azza has to do here, again, is survive. This is the 3rd time that Selfless have run out of time.
You cannot tell me that this makes sense. It's not like Renegades is some, you know, tactical stall geniuses or something. It must be that Selfless are just not managing their time correctly.
I mean, yes, I guess. Selfless are sort of outplaying themselves at this point.
It's like when you end up being late for work or you're late for your exam. You're like, yeah, I'm sorry, mate, but... Well, you wouldn't say mate because these are NA players, right? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. But, you know, there was traffic today. It's like, well, you need to plan for this sort of thing, and it doesn't feel like Selfless is planning for these. You know, who would have thunk there might have been someone on that site with a weapon to shoot me?
Well, maybe something Selfless can be aware of in the next few rounds, but this round it's probably not really going to be an issue, because their issue is actually manifested in the fact that Ricky and Yam have got that double AWP set up once again, and both of them have found a killer piece. Selfless with only 3 players left alive here. I mean, they have plenty of time to work with still, but just the manpower is not quite there at the moment. JKS got to drop down to 2 HP through the doors there. Lucky to survive, perhaps, but still, he'll be able to do damage. You still won't, though.
1 minute fine remains, and they're pushing towards the A site once again, hopefully, with a little bit more speed than last round. And, the A site potential here to work for Selfless, but they must be starting to run out of cash here, Elfish Guy. Suspect, wouldn't be surprised to see them on an eco once again.
Well, I mean, at worst, they'll have a pistol armor buy.
Yeah.
Because the loss bonus will allow that for them. But, yeah, I mean, how well is that going to work out? Ricky doesn't manage to get the shot onto Breezy there, so there's an AWP in his hands now. Only 30 seconds left to play with here. JKS was holding very close. He's only on 2 HP, so I guess the AWP is really much of a muchness to him. He would get 1 shot if he was on 100 HP anyway.
Well, that's it. That is certainly it. Look at that. Azza, too strong. Picks up 1. Pushes through. Caboose now. What can he do? Can he pick up Azza? He should. He does. 2v1. Caboose with 32 HP. And again, about to run out of time. JKS up on the back of the site. Caboose not even going to play for it.
Well, I mean, I think that's the correct decision, really, this time, to run out of time.
Actually...
But still, like 7, that's got to hurt Selfless so much, giving another round over to Renegades. 7 rounds on the board here for the CTs so far. A great start to this one for Renegades. And Selfless, it is probably just going to be the armor and the pistols coming out. I mean, apart from Caboose, although actually they just forced straight into it.
Galil's,
so no
mate.
one, Galil, Breezy is able to get the AK. So it's not a great buy for Selfless. We'll see what they can do with it though.
This time they're not waiting around. They're rushing right out onto the B site. Caboose up to the back of platform and straight away drops Justillo. He's got free reign here. JKS needs to find this frag. He does. Azza has taken down Nifty, and now Caboose and Breezy, the last two players left alive here for Selfless. They're on the site. The bomb, I don't think, is going to get a chance to go down. They find two, and now it's a 2v2. This is their best chance they've had for a long time. 1:15 on the clock, but it's not going to last that long no matter what happens. Ooh. Breezy through the smoke, finds a tag, doesn't get the kill. Yam holding back, checks Coop, there's no one there. The bomb now, still not ready to be planted, Elfish Guy. They're just waiting. I don't know if this crossback is going to work out. No, Breezy getting across just in the nick of time.
So he'll be okay. But the trouble with that is now once he sort of puts that bomb down, if he doesn't throw it over to Caboose, they're both just sitting right on the site there. And Renegades really essentially only have to look in one direction. Breezy's going to take a bit of damage, down to 13 HP here. JKS under a lot of pressure though, dancing around that rock. Still though, he's doing a good job of just wasting the time here for Selfless, and 35 seconds left still on the clock. I mean, that's a lot of time for Selfless to plant here. And finally, it looks like Breezy will get that bomb down, and JKS is going to try and contest it. In the end, he just gets shut down by Caboose. 1 versus 2 now for Yam to deal with. Oh, and he spotted the head.
He can see him.
There you go.
Gets the shot. Now it's a 1v1 with Breezy. Breezy down to 13 HP. Yam picks them both up. It's going to get the defuse as well. Renegades find the round. A costly round, to be fair, considering that Selfless did not have the best of buys. But when you've won 8 straight, I don't know, your money can't be that awful.
Well, losing a 2v1 there, I mean, admittedly, not an easy round for Selfless there, but definitely a one that they probably should have won. And again, it goes over to Renegades, so just seems like man for man, Renegades are bringing up the goods, and at the moment, Selfless certainly aren't. A UMP once again coming out on Azza here for the Renegades, but apart from that, pretty much all the weapons they could want. Maybe lacking some utilities on Yam and Justillo, but overall, things are still looking very good here for the Renegades, and Nifty just charges right out onto platform alone and gets taken down by Yam.
4 left alive, 1:30 on the clock, as again they try and push their way out onto the B side. 2 players spin back around, one going up to drop, one holding it and just looking back into mid to see if anyone comes through. Justillo finds a dink, pushes out, drops back, flashes come out. Going to be forced back by a Molotov, 1:14. Now, which way is the bomb going to go? They could rotate back towards A. We've seen them get stuck in this very same position any number of times so far here in this first half. And the majority of the time, they push to A and run out of time trying to get onto the site.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what Selfless can do here. I mean, it seems like everywhere that they go, Renegades have got their number. And even if they do get the bomb site, they end up losing the round somehow anyway. Still, at least Caboose is able to pick up Yam. And now back to a 4v4. A lot of time still for Selfless to play with. They're going to slowly but surely make their way into the bomb site. Breezy here. He's going to be able to take down Azza. The UMP comes out good for... Well, not for Azza, I guess. And JKS is able to get one back, but still, overall, not too bad there for Selfless. 2 versus 3, and Justillo doesn't quite deny the bomb plant, but, well, he makes amends, picks up no one and Mitch. And now 1 versus 2 once again here, but this time Selfless with the 1, and this time again, though, it will be Renegades to pick it up. Justillo with 3 very nice frags. Just playing slowly from the chicken coop, waiting for the right time, and catches Selfless off guard.
I was just about to say... Look, at this point, Selfless surely should be able to get this round. They had the player advantage. They're ready to go. This is how they get back into the game. But unfortunately for them, it was not to be. And the Renegades head into the round with 2 AWPs once again. I'm going to jump back on that bandwagon. It's a pretty powerful weapon. And when there's 2 of them, well, even better. And with Selfless coming out now with AKs across the board for them, the AWPs, I think, are even better up against players who are trying to play at range. So the Renegades looking like they're in a pretty good position here, Elfish Guy, with just 3 more rounds left to go.
They definitely are looking in a very good position here, but this is sort of, you know, the point where Selfless need to turn it around. If they can get it back to 9-6, that's absolutely not a terrible score for the first half. But if Renegades are able to pull anything more out of this one, then definitely things are looking very bad, and JKS closes out 2 kills to start off with. Gets traded out, but overall a very good situation for him. Ricky picks up no one. It does get traded out again, but still player advantage here for RNG. Azza is going to be able to push right in there onto Breezy. Knew exactly where he was, and an easy kill for him. The bomb now in Nifty's hands, but he's only got 15 HP, and, well, 3 Renegades players to deal with.
At this point, Elfish Guy, the Renegades will have won 10 rounds straight. Selfless, they grabbed the pistol round. Renegades, they kind of half bought into round 2. You know, a couple of pistols, armor, whatever. Didn't buy anything on their 2 AWPers. Round 3, of course, they had to save. And then from round 4 onwards, it's just been win, win, win. Some of them they probably should not have won. But it doesn't matter, because the score's going to say 10-3. And, well, heading into a change of sides very, very shortly. What is there that Selfless can do?
I hope for a good CT side at this point, because their T side's not working out. Everything that they try and do, they try to go quickly onto the B-bomb site, hasn't worked. They've tried to go slowly on the B-bomb site. They've tried sending one guy out onto plat to try and find a pick. He gets absolutely wrecked. Everything that they've tried to do, and, you know, like they go to drop, they go to A, it's all not worked out. Everything's gone the way of Renegades.
Really tried too much in the way of like A execution.
No, not straight off the bat, but they've sort of rotated back towards A.
They have, yeah.
And again, I mean, that hasn't. Again, it hasn't worked.
No, it hasn't. So
they've just got pistols here in round number 14. They're going to have to try and scrounge something together here. 10-5 absolute minimum is really what's required here for Selfless, if you ask me. But even then, I think that's probably not quite enough.
Well, it's going to have to be a hell of a round here if that's going to be the case. I'd love to see the Selfless guys come out with this Tech 9 armor buy and pull something out of the hat here on round 14. They're going to have to do something special, because so far it has been all Renegades. That's exactly how the guys from Australia would love to see this this map go.
Yep.
Currently sitting in at 7th place. And when you look at the 2 Aussie teams, Elfish Guy, obviously Renegade's been around for a while. They're like the elder child coming through.
Yeah.
Winter Fox coming through, having not a bad season, to be fair, for the very first season.
I think it's been pretty good.
If Renegades had that as their first season in NA Pro League, I think people would be pretty happy.
Yeah.
That's how they started off. So look at this. The guys from Renegades just ripping them apart. Nifty pushing up, finds one, gets traded, and that leaves no one. And Breezy here, Ustillo gets one, gets flashed out, and the second frag comes out as well. But to finish off my point, I suppose, is that, you know, don't often get an opportunity to see the guys from Australia come through, potentially make it into Pro League finals or something like that. And,
no, not every day.
No, so it would be good to see. Would be good to see. It's nice having 2 teams in Pro League as well.
Yep, I agree. Can't complain about that. Always nice to see Australia represented overseas. And to be fair, I think Renegades and Winter Fox are both doing a very good job of it at the moment. For now, though,
I think you're just a Winter Fox fan.
Wow.
Number 1 fan, Elfish Guy.
I just like Australian teams.
Not
Call
biased.
me biased.
We're not biased, mate. We are not biased. We just want to see. We just want to see some representation sometimes from the Australian teams in, you know, some serious business matches.
Anyway, Renegades here with a full buy going up against, again, Selfless with a full buy, but really, it's the last chance for Selfless to get anything on the board here in the second half, or in the first half, before the second half, and Caboose has been able to pick up Yam. Azza, though, very nicely played. Gets the timing completely perfect. Breezy caught with the grenade out. And back to a 4v4. Now, what can that player on plat do? It's Ustillo. He's going to have to jump off here, being under a lot of pressure by those Ts. Azza might be able to help him out a bit, though. He gets flashed, and, well, there's a trade, 1-for-1. No, Azza picks up 2. No one does pick him up. And still, once again, we find ourselves with a player advantage for Renegades and an easy kill for Ricky.
Well, 12-3 is the first half here between Renegades and Selfless. Renegades going to be swapping over to the T side here in the second half.
Yep.
I wonder what they can do. Selfless going to be looking for something special, but we are going to jump into a break, and when we come back, we'll be into the second half.
He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb coming onto the zone. FNX has to stay up. Oh, he gets the triple FNX. Oh my God, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this over still. Oh, look at that.
Guys and girls, we're back into the action here. Just to let you all know, Selfless did pick this map as their map of choice. And well, for now, the Renegades in a very, very strong position. Let's see if they're equally as good here on the T side. Would be most would suggest a CT-sided map, Elfish Guy, but
well, I think it
you disagree these days. You
yeah,
feel like
I think it does lean a little bit towards T. Maybe not super, but it could be 8-7 to T, I think, and that would be a pretty fair score for either side. But JKS has started off well here, and I mean, Renegades, there, regardless of whether or not Cbble is going to be a CT or T-sided map, it doesn't matter. Renegades stormed away with the first half, and it looks like they're going to storm away with the second half here as well. Should be able to pick up this pistol off the back of those 3 early picks, and Mitch does manage to get one, but Azza trades one back onto Caboose, and just Mitch again, finding himself 1 versus 4.
1 versus everyone, essentially.
Yep.
Renegades finds the round, and well, puts them in a very, very good position here to clean this second half up very, very quickly. That's precisely what they want to be doing. They want to pick up both of these maps tonight, put themselves in a much better position trying to get into that top 6 for Pro League finals. Selfless trying to, provide a bit of a roadblock here, potentially. Trying to pick these up, make their score a little bit better as well for the season overall. But a lot of work to be done here as the Renegades look towards the B site. And with these MAC-10s UMP, surely they should be able to rush them down. Yeah,
I mean, Selfless essentially have had to force into this one. They can't afford to give any more rounds away for free to the Renegades, but Renegades don't need anything given to them. They're just going to take it away. And there you go. 4 quick kills coming out for Renegades. And I mean, what can you say about that? Nifty doesn't really have much of a chance here and goes down. So 14 on the board, and now Selfless, I mean, you have to assume they'll force again into this next round, but like the
Renegades should just be able to keep these weapons if they want to as well.
For sure.
Because they're going to have probably the same chance of success up against whatever Selfless decide to do.
Selfless going to save here, so
well, boys, going for overtime.
Best case scenario for Selfless is going for overtime.
We're going for overtime.
But I don't think it's going to get to that point, to be honest.
Look, I'm not here to doubt Selfless. If they have the belief within themselves, they can pick up,
very motivational.
12 rounds straight after losing this one. I am here to support them.
Sure. Well, I'm here to support Renegades.
Because you're biased
because
Australian
I think they'll
caster.
Win.
Biased Australian caster.
Call me what you like, but they're definitely the team to beat right here. So there you go. It's going to be 15 on the board for Renegades. No troubles at all in that second anti-eco, only losing Azza, but they'll be able to upgrade all of their weapons here. Full AKs, or maybe even an AWP going to come out probably for Ricky. I don't know if we'd see a double AWP coming out on the T side. Probably not. Looks like it's full AKs.
Who even cares? They don't even care. We're just going to smash it. Smash into it.
I mean, I feel like we'll probably see another quick play coming out from Renegades. They just feel so confident at the moment.
Well, if they can clean this one up very, very quickly and head into their own map, Dust 2.
There you go.
It's a great way to play. And they're going to throw out all of the utility here onto the B-bomb site. They find Mitch. Yam goes down to Caboose. Ustillo trades it back to bomb. Going to be successfully planted here by Ustillo. No one down to 2 HP. Oh, finds a frag. Nifty gets picked up. Breezy now in a 3v1 to keep the hopes and dreams of Selfless alive here.
1 HP clutch, 1v1.
Man, he can do this.
He could.
1 HP is about the same against an AWP as 100, as we said.
But Ricky's got an AK, so...
Oh, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah, still doesn't matter regardless. When you get a headshot with the AK, 1 HP, 100 HP, it's not going to make a difference. Very convincing result there from Renegades. The only rounds they lost, the pistol and the subsequent 2.
Well, that's it. That's you probably don't get much better than that.
Essentially almost 16-0'd. If they had picked up the first pistol, they would have 16-0'd.
Almost 16-0'd. Almost won all
of
our games in all the Pro League except for the ones that we didn't win, but we're not going to count those ones.
Well, look. If you can't say that, they only lost the ecos. Like, anyway, maybe I'm being too much of a fanboy.
You are a little bit of a fanboy. I think your jerseys are in the mail. Hopefully, waiting for them to sign them. But guys and girls, we'll take a break. We'll come back with Dust 2. It's our last map of the night here between Selfless and Renegades. Can the Aussies pick it up 2-0? Or is Selfless going to make the Australians pay? We'll be back right after this.